Right, what's up, YouTube? Counter Punch Boxing Talk. All right, look, you know, I'm kind of like disappointed. Okay, another channel just put out a video, and I was working on my video, and it's like the exact same damn thing. But whatever. Shout out to that guy. You know who you are. But yeah, so look. I mean, well, I got a lot to go over today, okay? Like I said, every day I bring you guys the latest, the greatest, and, you know, some of it's kind of redundant, repetitive, or whatever you want to call it, but the numbers are out, the official numbers. Now, look, I talked about it last night and the day before. The Andre Ward Kovalev pay-per-view numbers are in, and to be completely honest, I mean, I'm pretty much burnt out on the whole topic, and I can't wait to just move on. But, you know, I feel like I've covered every aspect of the fight from the original to the rematch. I might as well end it properly and go over the numbers. So let's just jump right into it. And then, look, I've got all the headlines. You know, I'm not going to call it breaking news. I've got the headlines from the Gennady Golovkin-Canelo fight. You know, like, this is the latest, the greatest, the comments, the quotes, you know, the questions, all that good stuff. But okay, wow, 130,000 pay-per-view buys. Now, look, remember, I mean, I already told you this like 48 hours ago, okay, whenever it was kind of leaked to the media, but it's confirmed. It is confirmed, and typically that number will go up a little bit, but it didn't. Now remember, the original fight did about 160,000. I mean, this is crazy to me. This is absolutely crazy. I mean, this fight, okay, I mean, it was labeled as, like, you know, one of the biggest fights of the year, you know, the light heavyweight clash, you know, the pound for pound king, you know, this kind of stuff. And I mean, this is pitiful, absolutely pitiful. And, you know, again, I'm not dogging on Andre Ward or Rock Nation. Well, maybe I am, because look, they had creative control, okay, of the press, okay, and all the advertising and the promotional aspect of the rematch, okay. They had full control. Now, originally, main event, they co-promoted this. Now, and it was a co-promotion in the rematch, but Rock Nation had what's called creative control, in quotations, which means, you know, basically they're running the show. Now, it's just crazy, okay? Mandalay Bay, it'll hold 12,000 people, okay? The numbers are in only, well, I heard 7,000, but the official number is 6,000 people in attendance. And remember, out of all those people, a lot of the tickets were actually given away, okay? Wow. I mean, look, guys, we have fights here locally in Houston that do pretty close to that. They get, you know, when we're talking about, these are for these alphabet soup belts, you know, that kind of thing, like the ABO and the TFI, what the fuck ever, these shit you've never heard of, like these like belts that are literally made up, paper champs, whatever. And, you know, they're here at like the Lounge or at the Summit Toyota Center, whatever, and they're holding, you know, 3,000 and 4,000 and 5,000 people, and these are just local guys, okay? So you literally have fights going on in Houston at an amateur level, not even in these aren't even pro fights, in the amateurs, okay? I went to a Golden Glove event about 4 months ago with Juan Diaz. You know, Juan Diaz, he fought Juan Manuel Marquez. There's a video. I interviewed him, actually. There's a video a couple months ago on my channel, and I was at a Golden Gloves event, okay? It was basically kind of a tryout, meet and greet type thing, but they had some boxing matches, and we had about between 3,000 and 4,000 people there. Okay, and this was like a neighborhood community style event. So for Kovalev and Andre Ward to only have, you know, 6,000 people in attendance, what the hell is going on? I mean, that's crazy. I mean, seriously, like, somebody needs to get fired. You know, that's crazy. Like I said, you can have a local fight in your hometown and do those kind of numbers. Crazy, crazy. So, now, The first fight, let me go over a couple of numbers. Okay, the original fight, about 10,000 tickets were sold. Okay, and this fight, like I said, about 6. I mean, just absolutely crazy. The original replay in the original fight, around 800 to 900,000 views. Okay, now we're talking about after the fight, they'll show the replay on HBO. So you had, close to 800, 900,000. Now in the rematch, only 700, but then reports up to 950,000. So, those are pretty close, okay? But, I mean, this is like an epic failure. This is a flop. This is an embarrassment. I mean, an absolute embarrassment. Now, what does this tell us? Okay, so basically the fight generated about $8 million. Now, you got to remember, half of that's going to go to the cable company, Comcast, AT&T, whoever. The other half, the other $4 million goes to the promoter, and then they chop it up. But also the network gets like 5 and 10%. So really that leaves like $3 million to be split 2 ways. So now you got $3 million. Say 1.5 goes to Rock Nation, 1.5 goes to Main Event. Then they got to pay the guys on the undercard and their crews and the lighting and the this and the that and then their office and their payroll. I mean, and it leaves them with nothing. I mean, they actually lost. I don't see how they made a profit. And you got to remember, so now Main Event, they've got about $1 million, and Kovalev is getting 75% of that. So, with like the gate sales and whatnot, Kovalev is going to make about $1 million, maybe a little over $1 million. And you guys remember in my video when people were saying, "Oh, Kathy Du was ripping him off," and da 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 da, I said, well, he's going to make about $1 million, between $1 and $2 million, and I was dead on. I was right. I mean, you take the sponsorships and all that, and I think he'll walk away with around $1 million, $1.5 million. Okay, so but what a shame. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, look, this is crazy. This is like fucking startling to me. I mean, you have a fight at this level, this magnitude, and they're gonna lose money. I mean, look, they might turn a little profit, maybe a couple $100,000, maybe $500,000, but not much, okay, not much at all. And then you look at you look at a Gennady Golovkin Canelo, millions and millions of dollars, or even go back to Golovkin Lemieux, 150,000 pay-per-view buys, okay. Madison Square Garden, 21,000 people in attendance, okay. Gennady Golovkin Jacob, same thing, 21,000 people in attendance, and that did 170,000 buys, okay. And before that, of course, you had the Kell Brook fight, highest viewed fight on HBO. So Golovkin, in comparison to Andre Ward and Kovalev, both of them, he's crushing their numbers, okay? So, and then, of course, the Canelo-Golovkin fight's going to blow them all out of the water, but, I mean, this is crazy, guys. I'm telling you, like, I don't recall, honestly, I don't recall a flop like this in boxing. I really don't. And, I mean, it's bad, okay? It's really bad. So I don't know. And then I also heard, someone brought up a point about the foreign money, because you got to remember, outside of America, Kovalev will also get some foreign money, some foreign, television rights, pay-per-view, whatever they do in these different countries. He'll also get a little bit of that. But Andre Ward, now, out of this whole equation, okay, out of everything we just went over, the only person making money is Andre Ward, okay? Remember, he got $6.5 million to fight Kovalev, okay? Guaranteed. Okay, the entire fight generated about $8 million, okay? I mean, you picking up what I'm putting down here? The entire fight generated, 8 to 10 million, probably 8 to 10 million, okay? So that's crazy that Andre Ward, he's going to reap probably about 70% of the total revenue of this entire event. I mean, that's crazy to me. And then Rock Nation, I mean, they just let go of Cotto, lost a ton of money on Cotto. Now they're losing a ton of money on Andre Ward, and it makes me wonder, what would a Top Rank or a Golden Boy promotion, what could they have done with this fight? Because this fight, it should have been big. I mean, this fight should, well, not like a Pacquiao Mayweather or even a Canelo Cotto. Look, there we go. That's a great comparison. This fight should have done what a Cotto Canelo did, or maybe even a Canelo Chavez. I mean, because it had all the makings. Okay, the close call, the controversial decision in the original fight, the robbery, whatever you want to call it, the hatred, the American, the Russian, the Balboa story, the Rocky Balboa. It had a perfect recipe to make money, and it completely failed. I mean, now, again, what does that tell you? Because Rock Nation had full control of the promotional aspect of the fight. Okay, so like I said, somebody needs to get fired over this shit. I mean, just it's crazy to me. But, and originally, okay, you got to remember, originally they had the election. I think they had the debate going on. They had football going on. There was no competition. Like this time of year, there wasn't any other big event going on that would take away from their viewership this time of year. So there's no excuses. I mean, there's nothing that can be said other than, I mean, I don't know. It's, what I said in my other video? I said, I wonder if, did the casuals know something we didn't know? Because look, the boxing world, okay, the crossover fans, the casuals, whatever, the weekend warriors, they didn't show up to support the fight, and maybe they knew, maybe they could see something we didn't see, because everyone was highly, emotionally invested in the fight, at least the hardcore boxing fans. So, but I can tell you this. At the end of the day, I walked away learning a lot of valuable lessons, because I got really emotionally involved in this particular fight. And, and I don't want to say it was a negative thing, because I'm really passionate about what I do, but I learned a few things. I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, I learned a few things, and that's great. That's great. I mean, look, like a boxer or even a boxing media, like you learn every day. Okay, you learn something new every day, and I learned a couple of valuable lessons that I will keep to myself. But look, I'm gonna cut it off right there. Just wanted to go over it with you, and I've got a Gennady Golovkin. I'll do the Golovkin Canelo update in another video. So, all right, guys. New video every day. Like, share, comment, and I will be back with another one.